Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with Be Creative, and in today's video we're going to make what I call an eye pole charm, or basically it's just a simple zipper pole, and I like to use these on my Blythe dolls to decorate their little string that changes their eye color out. So I've already done a video showing you how to make jump rings. So instead of me showing you how to make jump rings again in this video, I will just kind of direct you to that other video. But today we're going to make this little form right here. And so we need some 18 gauge wire and something that's round about this size. You can use maybe a lipstick container thingy. It's about how big it is. Let me get a ruler, and that way you can sort of see it doesn't have to be this exact size, but that gives you kind of a little estimate on how big you need it. On my ring mandrel, I actually use the size 4, so it's a little bit smaller than this. So it doesn't have to be exact. You need some type of round nose pliers. I'm actually going to use these. You can use something that looks like this. And then of course you need wire cutters and flat nose pliers. I'm going to use 2 of them, maybe. Always have 2 on hand. And we might need some type of a file, which you can just use an emery board. Other things you're going to need is some type of a charm and a lobster claw clasp. Now, if you don't want to make your jump rings, then you're just going to need a bunch of jump rings. All right, the first thing I want to do is make this form right here. And I'm just going to take my wire and pull it off the spool here. And I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm actually going to use the smallest. You know what? Since most of you probably don't have this, I'll go ahead and use this. Okay, that way you can kind of see what I do. I'm going to go down about halfway here, and I'm just going to roll and make a P. Okay. So there's my P. So then the next thing I'm going to do is take either my lipstick container or something round, and I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go around and make a circle. Okay. So I have something that looks like this. Now I'm going to clip maybe 3/4 of an inch off, because what we're going to do eventually is we're going to wrap it around. But the first thing I want to do is I want to put our charm on here. So I'm going to clip it off, set my wire aside, and then with all those jump rings you made, you're going to take one and you're going to open it up. And actually, I could have went ahead and wrapped that, but I didn't. Whoops. And close this up. And put it on your form. Like that. Now if you wanted to, you could actually put it up here and it could dangle in the middle. This is how I'm doing this one though. Okay, now that we have that on there, we're just going to take a pair of pliers. Boy, pair of pliers. And we're going to wrap it around our form. Like so. And I'm only going to just wrap it that far. If you want, you can wrap it all the way around, but I'm not going to. And I want to clip this off. And then you want just to pinch that closed. And then I usually like to feel around. Like, I don't feel any scratchiness. If you do, you might want to keep messing with it a little bit until you don't feel anything scratching. You do not want to scratch your doll up. So we've got that part done. So now all you have to do is take your jump rings. All jump rings I made with a different project. So I've got a whole bunch of them left over. I'm not going to use all of these. And, whoops. As you can tell, these jump rings are a little bit smaller. These I made bigger, so you can make them whatever size you want. And you just open them up. That on there. Now these are all open, so I'll go ahead and close that. Open this guy up. And if you have problems, you can use 2 wires. Whoops. Let's see, how big do I want this? I'll probably put a couple more on there. Let's see, maybe one more. Let's see. I think that's as long as I want it. I can make it longer if I wanted to, but that's as long as I'm going to do. And then I want to make sure my lobster claw clasp is working and stick it back on there like this. And then my ring pull is done. Now let me go get a doll and put it on her, and I'll show you what she looks like. There they are. This is the one we just got finished making. And this one right here, just an example of how you could put another type of charm in the center. Basically, I just hang them like that. Now, if you don't have beads, you can tie a little knot and then put the lobster claw into the knot. Something else you could use these for is to put on a little bag or something. Thanks for joining me, and y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with Be Creative, signing out for now. Bye-bye.